I make a podcast episode every single day for 365 days.
You will be hated for speaking the truth.
You definitely have like an X-ray goggles on, where you can see someone's aura.
A house divided against itself shall not stand. Matthew chapter 12, verse 25.
If you want to make something of yourself, forget your political beliefs.
Because different believers experience God in different ways, different non-believers need different explanations to see God as real. Things that make you angry suck you in.
Satan's plan fails, right? And God's plan prevails.
Here are three things that make sense to me. Here are three truths of life, if you will. I've tried to find three statements that really encapsulate a lot of what I believe and a lot of, I think, the truth of life. I've tried my best to put into three statements. It's hard because I have a code of how I live my life, and I sit here and think about different principles, and I'm like, I can make a list of 15 to 20 things you could do as a way to live your life. I made an episode a long time ago, but you can watch it if you want, talking about my 15 tenets of life. I'll put it in the cards for you when you're done this one. But this is a different one. This is three basically blanket statements, let's say. Statements of life. Three things that make sense to me, and hopefully you agree with as well. And I think truly, if you take these and use it in your life, you will do better. And if you live your life by these statements, you will do a lot. So let's get into it. These are three things that make sense to me, three truths of life, let's say. 1, you can only control you. It doesn't matter what anyone else does. What matters the most is what you do. Is you have the power. You have the power and you have the free will to choose how you react to things and to use that energy for good rather than for evil. You can only control what you do. You can't control what anyone else does. Someone can be stupid. Someone can make you angry. Someone can do something that just is dumb and hurts themselves or hurts you in the process. And there's nothing you can really do about it. You can be in circumstantial situations that you can't really control, right? I can give a big example, right? I'm a football player. I play football, soccer for you Americans, obviously. And there's circumstance. Sometimes you take a shot, it's a perfect shot, it hits the post and hits the inside of the post and then just trickles out. It didn't go in, right? It was an inch away. If you had hit it just a little bit more, it would have gone in. But it trickles off the inside of the post and goes out, right? I actually had a chance like that. One of this thing happened to me where I had a shot. It literally hit the crossbar twice. I think it went in, personally. But the ref didn't give it as a goal. Like I took the shot. It went it was literally right in the top corner. It hit the bar, bounced down, bounced up, hit the bar again, and the goalie picked it up. It was one of those. I think it went in, but, whatever. It is what it is, right? The goal never counted in the end. But it's inches, right? It is centimeters, it is millimeters of a difference between a goal and not. In baseball, it's even more extreme, right? You can do everything right. You can swing at the right pitch, right down the middle. You put a good swing off. You got a lot of power in, but you just didn't hit it far enough. And the outfielder catches it on the warning track, catches it close to the wall, right? The home run wall, but you didn't hit it out. You missed it by a couple feet, right? You can do everything right, and you can still get out, right? You can do everything right and still not score. So you have three things in life that kind of determine where you go. You have what you do, what other people do, and your circumstance. The only thing you can control is what you do. And you cannot control how other people act. You cannot control how stupid people around you may be. You cannot control how they piss you off. You cannot control certain circumstances. You cannot control the inches and millimeters in the game of life. You can only control what you can do. You can only focus on what you do. And if you focus on what you do, and you focus on being a good person and striving to go and achieve the things that you want to achieve, you'll do well. And of course, a lot of the time, you're going to be going through and doing stuff that other people won't agree with, and people will criticize you, people will scrutinize you, but you can't let that affect you. You can't let other people's words affect your own decision-making. If you've made a decision that you're going to go do something, you should do it, because as this statement says, you can only control you. You can only control what you do. You cannot control anybody else. So therefore, why worry, right? Why be angry at people? Why would you? I think this is actually a Marcus Aurelius thing. I read Meditations by Marcus Aurelius very quickly, very briefly. I don't really remember a lot of it. It never really hit me the same way it hit a lot of other people. But I do remember a small thing that's like you can't control anyone else's anger. You can't control their jealousy, their judgment of you. So why let it bother you, right? Instead, just continue trekking on, continue moving, continue focusing on what you can do, what impact you can have in your life and in the world and in other people's lives in a positive way. And don't expect them to change, because the people that are hurting you, the people that are judging you, being jealous, making you angry, whatever, being stupid, they're probably not going to change. They're probably not the type of people that will change. So don't expect them to change. Instead, just keep working on what you can do, right? Keep appreciating them, and I don't know, if you have to cut them off, cut them off. I think if it's that bad. But obviously, if they're family members involved, you can't really cut them off. So it's like, just enjoy it and do what you need to do. Don't let them enter into your mind. Don't let these negative thoughts that certain people or certain circumstances might put into your head, don't let it even give you the slightest second guessing and the slightest doubt. Make sure you focus on yourself and what you can do. And what you can do is truly amazing. So focus on that. Don't let other people and don't let circumstances affect your mood, affect what you go and pursue, and affect your drive in your life. Number 2, fear is the biggest killer of dreams. It is the biggest, without a doubt. The reason why so many people have an idea, they have something they want to do, but they just don't want to do it. They just don't put enough effort in, or they don't want to go above and beyond, or they just conform to mediocrity. They fall back and they're like, yeah, I'll just get an office job, right? Or I'll just do this. I'll just do something that doesn't satisfy me because it's easier, because it's safer. It's all because of fear. It's all because people don't want to take the risk. They don't want to go above and beyond because they don't want to feel like they're doing too much. They don't want to make it awkward. They don't want to fail, obviously. It is fear in your mind and fear from the devil, I would say, that really hinders so many people. And it causes so many people to have wasted potential. And again, I can use the example of sports. Fear is the difference between a guy that is super confident and is just able to do everything that he can and utilize all his talent because he's going in completely fearless, or he's having a little bit of fun and he's not focused on the nervousness side of being in a competitive match and in an intense situation. And that's the person that does well. That's the person that is super successful in sport. The person who has no fear. The person that doesn't fear of making a mistake, so they take the risk. So as a result, they make a beautiful play, right? Because they took the risk. Sometimes it doesn't work out, but taking the risk means that when it does work out, it's amazing. And it's greater than anything anyone has ever done, right? You've seen how many times Messi goes and dribbles through 5 players and scores a goal, right, throughout his whole career. It's like, you're not going to do that if you're fearful. If you're fearful, you're going to get the ball, you're going to play it back, play it around, and you're just going to you're going to receive the ball on the wing, and you're not going to take your guy on. Instead, you're going to turn back and go back around because you don't want the ball, because you're fearful. A good player and a very formidable person in life is the person that has no fear. And that's why I think fear of God is a very important concept that even I myself struggle to wrap my head around sometimes. But it's the reason why in the Bible, it talks about fear of God is because we have all the worldly fears and we know that they hurt us. We know that they stop us from reaching our potential. So if we take all those fears and instead of being fearful of the things of this world, we say, Lord, we only fear the Lord and we only fear His judgment, and we put our fears onto Him, it makes living this life and taking those risks and stepping outside of your comfort zone all the more easier. So just know that, man. Fear is the biggest killer of dreams, 100%. 100. It's not even close. You have so many temptations and things in this world. It doesn't come close to that overwhelming fear of the unknown, fear of failure, fear of taking the risk, fear of just the drawbacks, fear of scrutiny, fear of reputation loss, whatever it may be. And it leads to people not going and pursuing what they want to go and achieve, not taking that risk, not going and making something greater, and instead falling back into mediocrity, into the easy, again, the office job, the easy, the simple, the safe, the control, right? You have a safe source of income now, and it's always going to be there. There's no risk. It's okay. That's why the people that are successful, because they are incredibly good at just taking monumental risk, putting everything on the line. And usually it works out. So fear is the biggest killer of dreams. And if you can overcome the fear, you will truly do many amazing things, whether it be in finances, whether it be in sports, whether it be in some sort of big dream and pursuit that you're dealing with. If you can overcome that fear and you can truly go out there and be completely fearless, don't even worry about any awkwardness or any potential barrier, overthinking that might be in your mind that might cause you to make the wrong decision or whatever. Instead of being worried about all those things, just go and give 100% effort and take massive action towards what you're working towards. And I think you'll do well. And I truly think that being fearless is probably one of the best qualities. And you're probably going to be able to do many, many amazing things, more than you ever would have thought possible, because you put your fears into God and you lived your life completely fearless. So fear is the biggest killer of dreams. To being fearless is really the way you go and make it happen and go above and beyond and truly make it happen, right? Number 3, everyone has the power to change their destiny for better or for worse, but you're not going to do it by sitting on the couch. So that is pretty true, man. For better or for worse, we have the power to change it. Humans are very, even if there's always a barrier to change and we all kind of want to keep in our own little bubble and stay the same, if you get through that first barrier, the power that humans have to change and do better and improve and strive for greatness is huge. It's a huge power. It's an amazing spiritual thing that we got as humans. It's an amazing blessing that once you get through that original barrier of change, it becomes so much easier to go all out. A good example of this is I'm going to give my own personal life example. For me, waking up early is always hard, right? I woke up early today. I felt terrible. Even right now, my eyes are hurting me very, very badly. So when I wake up in the morning, first, like when I say to myself, okay, I'm going to wake up early every single day for this week, the first week is always the hardest. The first week is always the hardest because there's that temptation. You're like, I had a bad sleep last night, so I'm just going to turn off the alarm. And, or it's like, oh, I'm so tired, I don't want to get up, so I'll just turn the alarm off and then turn around and go back to bed. The temptation is there and it's at its height. But if you're able to push through that pain and get through that first week, then it becomes easier. It's that first change that is the hardest, and then it becomes so much easier once you're in that habit, once you have a few weeks of doing it. So that's a smaller example, but that can be exponentially grown to something that is truly impactful for your life. And you can't do it being glued to your couch. You cannot do it. You cannot change your destiny and alter your fate by sitting around, being isolated, being stuck in your house, doing the same things every single day, and not trying to change and expecting things to change. That is the definition of an insanity, doing the exact same thing and expecting things to be different. It's for better or for worse. Maybe you go out and it doesn't work out, right? They're the people, as I said before, they took the risk and the risk didn't work out and then they end up poor, right? I'm sure that's happened. It's absolutely possible, right? With all the people that are successful, there are also all the people that you don't see online because they're not parading their successes, but they're the people that are kind of messed up because of their setbacks and their failures, right? So you can alter your destiny for better or for worse, but you're basically guaranteeing that it's being all altered for the worse if you're staying inside all day, sitting on your couch, being glued to the couch, playing video games and eating like crap, or doing whatever lazy, terrible thing that you're doing on that couch or that chair, whatever it may be. You're not even giving yourself the time of day. Like you're not even giving yourself the chance. Like you're giving up before you even really give yourself the chance to make something happen. That's basically what you're doing when you're spending all your days on the couch and you're spending all your days inside. Like go out there and experience things and truly do things that will give you the opportunity to change your destiny and change your life and make huge changes. Again, as I said before, humans have such a good power to change. And if you can really harness some of that power, again, putting your fears into God and giving it to Him and trusting in Him and allowing that power to truly fill you up, it's truly incredible how much change and how much impact one person can have and how much work one person can truly put in if they have that mindset and they have that culture, internal culture in themselves, that they want to change their destiny. They want to be a better person. They know what they're doing. They know what vice they have that's plaguing them, whatever it may be. You're going through your issues, right? They know it's plaguing them. They know it's hurting them. So if you truly have that deeper reason to change, and you go and you make it through that first low period, that power will be harnessed and the change will be monumental. And you will be able to change your destiny. You will be able to change where your life goes because of your own decisions and your own, pushing and striving and getting up and stepping outside your comfort zone and making it happen. So while all three of these concepts can absolutely be related in some way, you can definitely tie it all together. I think it's a good foundation. It's a good foundation. It's just these are three things that make sense to me. Honestly, when I think about things in life that just make sense, and it's like, yeah, this is how you live a good life. This is where the purpose lies. This is how you go and achieve great things. These are where it makes sense. You can only control you. Fear is the biggest killer of dreams, and everyone has the power to change their destiny for better or for worse. That is the essence. That is the essence. And if you truly encapsulate those three things in your life every day, you will change your destiny. You will be able to do many, many amazing things. You will overcome those fears, and you will be able to truly strive to live an absolutely wonderful, glorious life. So trust in God, put it in Him, face your fears, try and strive to do better every day, man. And that's what we're all trying to do, right? If you sit on the couch, you do the same thing every day, you're not going to make anything happen with your life. So you have to make those changes. You have to make those changes. You have to strive to do better. But you will change your destiny, you will change your circumstances, and you will just be a better person every day. So I think that is really the ultimate thing. I always bring it back to God personally. Like I always say, the power of God, the power of Christ is something real and tangible. And if you truly have a fire for the Lord, you're unstoppable. I truly believe that. I'm working on that. I think I'm getting there. I'm getting close to reaching that level. But obviously life breaks you down, right? In life, there's good and there's bad, right? There's success and there's pain, right? So life will break you down. But I always bring it to God. Like if you harness that power, you will overcome all fears, and you'll be able to truly go out there and make absolutely any dream and any great goal, any great desire you have in your life happen. If you truly put the work in, you truly believe to the max, and you act in complete fearlessness of any and all circumstances, all consequences, and you will do many great things, man. So continue to strive to do better every day. I try my best, man, on this podcast to make good episodes, good quality content, trying to increase the level of content, of course, for season 2. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope this was good stuff. Let me know, right? Like the video, show your support by liking the video, subscribing on YouTube, and following the podcast on Spotify as well. Follow me on TikTok. I'm posting TikToks. Of course, I'll leave those links in the YouTube description. You can go check it out. I appreciate you for watching and for being here. The ultimate message is really, it's just those three, right? It's like you can only control you. Fear is the biggest killer of dreams, and you're capable of altering your destiny. It's true. It's true. It's real, and if you believe hard enough, it will happen. It will happen. If you put in enough work, it will happen. If you can strike that balance, have that good combination of incredible, unshakable faith and good hard work, you'll be able to move mountains, and you'll be able to do truly anything that you desire, that you want with your life. So keep striving every day, face your fears, make it happen, because many people fall. Many people fall to fear, to comfort, to just overwhelm, overthinking, to the opinions of others. And if you don't let any of those things affect you, instead you go out and produce maximum effort, you'll make it happen. Whatever that it is, you'll make it happen. And I truly believe in you. And I hope that this video inspires you a little bit. And I hope that you can take this, rather than just it being a 10-minute segment of motivation, you can use it and apply these things to your life every day. Write it down. Like, write down your code. Make a code for yourself, for your life, as to how you live your life by. Figure out what makes sense to you. Figure out what those things are. Make a list and try your best to strive for those things every single day. And the more you grow in strength, the more you grow in stature, the more you grow in fearlessness, you will do so much better. And the more chance you're giving yourself to reach your full potential, to truly achieve all that is possible in this life that we're given. So thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. And as always, I will see you tomorrow for the next episode of the 365 Day Podcast.